Hello, Internet. Hey, it's Bob again. I just had some really awesome news I'm going to share with y'all. There's a guy who goes to church with us. He's stationed over in the desert. He's in the service, and found out this Sunday that we get the opportunity as a worship team at our church to provide live worship for them. So essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to record some of our practices, some worship sets, and we're going to send that over there. So what he did was he talked to the local chaplain on the base or the tent city or whatever it is they call it. I don't know what it is, but he said, since we don't have any live worship, would it be cool if I contact my church back home and see if they can record some of their services and send them to us? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take it a little bit further than that. We're going to record specific worship sets for them and direct them to them, welcoming the people there, the servicemen and women that are there, and it's just incredible that God's using this for this because this is an opportunity that I never imagined would be possible. We're not only leading worship at a local church here, but God's using us to lead worship internationally. It's going to be across the ocean over in the desert. And it's not just the servicemen and women who are there that are going to get to be a part of that, but it's also the locals who live there, the people who've been training with the government. Some of them have the freedom to come and worship with our servicemen and women. And it's just a phenomenal opportunity. I'm so excited. We're all pumped. And I think this is just what happens when you live a life that you strive to please God in. You've cut out all the stuff. You've said, God, show me the things that are not of you. And as He shows you those things, you do your best to cut out. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means. There's things that I slip into consistently. But, God has grace and patience for me to endure so that I can come through that. But if I can, I want to build up my worship team. I've been practicing with the musicians for the last 3 years, and they are just phenomenal. We move and flow together. They know how I play, and they know how I lead, and there's no question of where I'm going and when I'm going. Whether we're repeating a verse 3 or 4 times, or a chorus, or we just sit in a little riff in a frame, and we can just worship and spend time in His presence. And the singers themselves, there's never any competition. They just are there to worship and provide the backup and the background, the voices. They know. Everyone knows their job and their function on the team, and it's just it's incredible. So I would like to thank my worship team, the worship team at our church, because their hearts are committed, their hearts are submitted, and their lives are submitted to God and what He wants to do in their lives. So. It's a total, I think we have 25 members on the team, between the musicians, the vocalists, and the sound techs, and the audio people. Just phenomenal. There's never any question. When I ask them to do something, they do it. They just do it. And you can't ask for a better team than that. You can't ask for a better team. You can go anywhere, and God honors that. And He's using us globally. It's incredible. It's incredible. One thing I'd also like to talk about is the selection of music I listen to. I listen to primarily worship music, what you would consider praise and worship music. It's anything from Paul Balash, which is my favorite, just because I've learned so much from him. But Paul Balash, Chris Tomlin, Matt Redman, Kerry Jobe, what are some of the others? Matt Maher, Third Day, Jesus Culture with Chris Kilala, I don't know how you pronounce his name, and Kim Walker, and Melissa Howe, Misty Edwards, some of those people like that. Just phenomenal worship leaders and songwriters. Sarah Reeves, Leland. Some really, really good music that you hear on the radio now. You hear more praise and worship on the radio now than you used to would. Before it was like there was a thread of mainstream contemporary Christian pop that was out there and trying to attract and draw people in, and now it's like the heart of God's people have changed to a more sensitive side to I want to worship God. I just don't want to sing and praise and sing about Him, but I want to worship to God. And that's just been an incredible influx of music. And so primarily all I listen to is worship music. I'm not saying that everything else is bad. I like to jam out to Toby Mac, and I got Toby Mac on my iPod. I've got who's some of my other favorites? I've got to Toby Mac.